Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Vice President of API Management, Rahim Bhatia.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CA World. Welcome to our opening session around API management and app development. Great to have all of you here. I love starting at this time here. All of you have come through a inspirational keynote and a panel discussion with Mike Gregoire and the guests there. Everybody's bright, awake. Everybody still has their money, so that's always a good thing. So Mike Gregoire and the panel today discuss about how software is disrupting all industries. And most of us, we stood on stages similar to this last year, and we talked about how Uber, Netflix, Airbnb were disrupting their respective industries around automobiles, taxis, hoteling, and media. And in 2015, we saw an acceleration of this trend as these companies continue to expand their scope and scale of their operations. In 2015, we also saw other upstarts take a page from their playbook and say, how can I go about and disrupt other industries using software and similar means? But in 2015, we also saw an acceleration of another trend that actually started probably 2-3 years ago before that, which was that established players in their industries standing up, taking note, and saying, we're not going to take it. They saw that over decades of being in business, they had built up great competitive advantage in their respective industries. Great products, great service, fantastic, passionate employees, operational excellence. All of these advantages had been built up over decades of experience. What they saw that was missing was the software or digital component. And they saw that if they could combine this experience and competitive advantages that had been built up over decades and added software to that, that would set them up for success, not only for today, but propel them into the future. Now, you don't remain in business for decades without learning how to adapt. And so digital transformation was another adaptation that they needed to take a look at and embrace on their respective evolutionary curve. So we can talk about how software is disrupting industries, but we can also take comfort that software is changing the world and also making it a better place. And I think we saw some examples from this morning's keynote as well. Take, for example, education in Kenya. In that country, the government partnered with UNICEF to be able to gain insight on what changes could be made to education system there and make the education for the students there better. They were able to digitize the collection of data, the real-time monitoring and evaluation of the educational system. They created a very easy user interface on mobile phones so that participants could answer survey questions. That data could then be analyzed and disseminated, not only to people like the Ministry of Education and UNICEF, but frontline people who could actually make direct impact and changes to education in that country, parents and teachers. Now this story kind of resonates with me personally because I spent the first 10 years of my life in Tanzania, which is a next door neighbor to Kenya. And I know firsthand how important education is to this country to give them hope, to take them out of where they are today in terms of poverty and other critical problems that they're facing. Now the fundamental thing that's driving all this disruption across the industries is really about how experience and customer experience is delivered at the last mile. That last mile could be the home, could be the car, and more often than not today, it's the phone. Now, experience is more than just a set of features. Experience is about how your customers engage with you, what they feel, what they experience, and the value they get when they engage with you anywhere, anytime. To be able to deliver this type of experience requires customers and organizations to be able to bring together the key people, processes, and technology in a seamless way to be able to address this customer experience. Now, like I said, the app is just the way that this experience is delivered today. In the future, with the advent of IoT and wearables, that could be something entirely different. And no analogy or example would be complete if I didn't mention the refrigerator calling out and saying, "I'm out of milk, help me out." These are types of experiences that organizations such as Amazon and Netflix are creating. How many of us have gone shopping, pulled out our phone, scanned the barcode to see if there was a cheaper price in Amazon? And maybe there wasn't a cheaper price, but you still read the reviews to figure out whether you wanted this product or if it was a fit for you. Things like this, the recommendations that are provided by Amazon, make you want to go to Amazon first, as opposed to one of the places that you go. So these engaging experiences, like I said, are being disruptive at the last mile. And it's all about creating these experiences. Now, regardless of the industry that you're in, these consumer examples are really setting the standards and the table stakes of what it means to have a great customer experience. So regardless of the industry that you're in, this is what you'll be judged by. So if you're in banking, you won't be judged by how your peer in the industry is delivering a banking app or a banking customer experience. You'll be judged by how Amazon, Netflix, and Uber are doing. That's why it's important to kind of take a look at how these companies are delivering a great customer experience and relate it to your industry, because that's where the expectations are being set. So as we look at sort of what it takes to deliver this customer experience, there are some key pillars that organizations look at. The key thing to really foster in your organizations is continuous innovation. And continuous innovation isn't just about innovating once or every few months. It's really setting the stage in your organization so that you're able to continually innovate. And the leaders around customer experience that we just talked about do this phenomenally well. They focus on being able to release quality apps faster. As you release apps faster, you're able to garner great customer insight and information, user feedback, to make your apps and the customer experience, more importantly, more relevant. In order to sort of create this customer experience, it's not about having the most features or the most capabilities, it's about having the right ones. And that can only be done through constant and continual experimentation. The second area of focus is really about how do you unlock data silos. Organizations that excel at delivering a great customer experience, they are amazingly data-driven. And if you've been in business for decades, you have data that's stored in your systems that's invaluable, and that can be used to create a great customer experience. The third area of focus for them is how do they foster a digital ecosystem. Again, to be able to deliver a great customer experience, it requires you to be able to leverage others, what they have built, and incorporate it to deliver your customer experience. So we talk about Uber all the time as being a great company that's delivering this great customer experience. Well, they didn't actually build the mapping technology. They leverage Google through APIs. They didn't build the payment technology. They leverage Braintree through APIs. They didn't build the messaging technology. They leveraged Twilio through APIs. So it's important to know that this overall customer experience, in more cases than not, will be delivered through partnerships. So developing an ecosystem around your offering, or potentially even participating in somebody else's ecosystem, is a great way to propel yourself into the future. So, customer examples. GM OnStar, founded in 1908, when there were less than 10,000 vehicles on the road and less than 150 miles of paved roads. Talk about adaptation and evolution. As we heard this morning, the automobile industry continues to be disrupted through software, through elements like the driverless car, and things of that nature. In this world, the app has become a strategic area of investment for GM. And so they're focusing on how do they accelerate application development. What they've been able to do is to expose data that's in their systems through APIs. And developers can use those common interfaces to be able to build their applications in a rapid way. It has given them a great amount of agility. The other thing that they've done is unlock the data silos as well. They have phenomenal information around customers, supply chain, and they've been able to bring that together into an app that allows their customers to do some phenomenal things, such as unlock and lock cars, to be able to get diagnostic information on their car, to be able to get to maintenance alerts and notices as well. All of this requires the ability to seamlessly be able to pull this information together and provide it in a context of a customer experience such as a mobile app. And that's all done through APIs. And the third area is they're also fostering an ecosystem around their core offering of OnStar as well. L'Oreal, another great example, also has been around since the beginning of the 20th century, founded in 1909, a cosmetic and beauty giant in the world today. They're focusing on digital transformation as well and see that as a great way to offer a customer experience. Now, they re-architected their e-commerce platform based on APIs because they saw the need that they needed to connect with new stakeholders, customers, partners, and others like that. They were able to, using this API-based platform, expand the number of endpoints for their applications by 5 times without any increase in their internal development teams. They were also able to leverage the data that they already had and unlock the data silos, which was they were able to leverage customer information, supply chain information to create a great app, the Makeup Genius. Now this app has everything that you would expect in a consumer app of this day. Product information, purchase history, and things of that nature. However, they also are able to provide their customers a virtual way to test out their products using the Makeup Genius. And so they can now see in their home what the products would look like. Now they're looking at extending that into physical mirrors as well. So that creates a true omni-channel experience for their customers. But there's another benefit that L'Oreal has about this, which is that they're able to directly engage with the end consumer. Until now, that relationship and that experience was managed by the retailer. The retailer who had the experience or the connection with the end consumer, they controlled the experience. This gives them a direct connection to the last mile, which they've never had. And so with this information, they can start taking a look at what their consumers are looking at. How are they using their products? What combination? And this can allow them to make decisions around new products, merchandising information, pricing, and a whole host of other elements they can then propel their businesses into the future as well. Another great example is Rogers Communication, a great Canadian establishment. Rogers is in the telecommunications, media, and sports entertainment business. And they own our beloved Toronto Blue Jays, who had a phenomenal run last year. I'm Canadian, if you didn't figure it out already. Go Blue Jays, there's one Canadian there, that's good. So, Rogers Communications, again, was able to get phenomenal acceleration through using our technology as well. They were able to establish, again, a set of APIs that their developers could use to be able to access data and to be able to use it in the context of their applications. And this gave them a phenomenal ability to accelerate their development as well. But to further reduce development friction, they were also able to virtualize those APIs as well through service virtualization. They have now virtualized 750 APIs with plans to be able to virtualize up to 3,000, which can then give them a phenomenal amount of capability in rolling out the features to their customers really fast. The other area that Rogers is focused on is using data to be able to provide a consistent omni-channel customer experience. Rogers has 3 main areas: consumer, enterprise, and media. And so they want to be able to make sure that they're able to provide, regardless of which way the customer comes to those different businesses, could be the phone, the web, or the old style retail store, that their customers are able to have a seamless experience. They have established a unified customer experience center of excellence to allow them to do that as a support function around each one of their business units. And so as you can see, they're intently focused on providing that unified, omni-channel customer experience, and they're leveraging technology to be able to deliver that. So, as you've seen from all these stories today, from the keynote, and some of the stories that we've talked about today, transformation is really an imperative, regardless of the industry that you're in. Beyond sort of providing the foundation for delivering a great customer experience, you may have to, in the future, change your business model. Focusing on customer experience and digital transformation allows you to do that on your own terms, as opposed to being forced into it. As we saw this morning, the world is changing incredibly rapidly. And so think of this, digital transformation, as a next step along your personal evolutionary curve for your specific company. And as you can see from this chart right here, digital transformation is critical to every industry, to different degrees, but to every industry is going to be transformed to some form of digital transformation. So at CA, we believe that DevOps is a fundamental capability that all organizations need to be able to develop to be able to compete in this type of a world. So DevOps, at its core, is about people, process, and technology. As we talked about earlier, seamlessly having those elements come together is what's needed to establish the foundation for digital transformation. So on the people front, it's really about having your development, and operations teams coming together and forming one agile delivery team, so they can rapidly take an idea or a concept and turn it into an experience that provides tremendous value to your end customers. And they are able to do this in an iterative, rapid way. On the process front, it's really about creating an environment for collaboration. Collaboration not only between dev and ops, but with the line of business, the frontline people that are driving these digital transformation initiatives. This collaboration allows the business and technology to kind of work together, which is something that we've always tried to do, but now it's becoming just more and more critical for that to happen, because of just the speed of change, the speed of reaction that you need to have to the market, to your customers, and potentially even your competitors as well. This collaboration also allows you to collect valuable feedback so that you can make your overall customer experience better. And when customers are able to embrace DevOps in this way, they can have some phenomenal successes. On the technology front, this is kind of where CA plays. We've got some great capabilities and techniques and tools that customers can employ. Things such as test data development. There is also continuous integration, release, and build automation as well. All of these capabilities and techniques allow customers and organizations to be able to leverage technology as part of this overall process as well. Now, this is a critical imperative. This year, CA does a survey of about 1,300 senior IT executives, and about 88% of them talked about how DevOps is a critical imperative for them. That's up from 66% just the previous year. So at CA, we've got a great set of capabilities and technologies around DevOps that allows you to put your customers at the center. We have capabilities all the way from allowing you to plan your digital transformation initiatives with the business, certainly with the acquisition of Rally that gives us a great capability to be able to offer our customers that. We have a whole host of capabilities and solutions that allow you to go down the journey of continuous delivery in terms of building, testing, and deploying these applications. And the build up part is what we'll kind of dive into in a little bit here in terms of what are some of the capabilities that we have there. And of course, operations becomes still critically important as well. Making sure that your systems are running in an optimal fashion to be able to enable that customer experience. This full cycle and this full set of capabilities are needed to be successful in digital transformation. Now, not everybody will need every single one of these solutions. So what we want to be able to do is to work with you and then assess where you're at, what your specific needs are, and how do we mix and match these set of capabilities as well. So this is going to be just one section where you're able to view the solutions. All around us are the rest of the solutions here as well. So I certainly encourage you to take the time and learn about the full set of capabilities that CA has to offer here. So, you are the builders of your digital world. You are the assemblers of your customer's experience. And so what are the key capabilities that we have that allow you to build these applications? Before we kind of go into the tool sets themselves, it's important to consider two things. First, in your organization, as in most organizations, you likely have two systems at play. You have the systems of record, which are your traditional enterprise systems that you have, be that mainframe, ERP, or other applications that you've built yourself to be able to be used for a specific purpose, specific point in time. And these applications that you procured or built yourself were built or procured during a time that was very different than it is today. It was probably not built during where mobility would take on such a key imperative. And so, but however, these systems still have a phenomenal amount of value and data that's stored in them that you need to be able to leverage in terms of enabling that customer experience. And on the second, as a second system at play, you have the system of digital engagement. This is driven by digital initiative, your chief digital officer. It moves at a much faster pace. However, to be successful in digital transformation, these two worlds need to be bridged and be able to work in unison, because there is, again, a tremendous amount of data that's stored in the systems of record that are invaluable to create a digital experience. The other element to kind of consider is how architectures are also changing as well. You have the traditional, sort of the monolithic architectural style that's giving way to more of a microservices, container-based architectural style. Now, there's a number of elements that are driving this change. There is just the raw computational power that's at our disposal today that we've never had, as we heard in the keynote this morning. There is the cost performance metrics that are tremendously favorable today than they've ever been and continue to become so. But one of the greatest reasons for this architectural style is really the strive for agility. To be able to roll out changes faster, changes need to be able to be made at a granular level. And so these are some of the key driving forces towards moving to these architectural styles. Now, regardless of whether you are transversing between the systems of record, system of engagement, or between these various different architectural styles, a common integration API-based platform is required to be able to do that. Now at CA, we have a great set of capabilities around API management, all the way from being able to create APIs, manage and secure those APIs in terms of how they behave and secure and make sure that you are protecting against threats, to being able to expose those APIs through a developer portal so your developers can be, whether they be inside your organization or outside, be productive. And we've got a specific set of capabilities around mobile as well. And we'll talk about that in just a moment as well. So a common API platform allows our customers to have this integration platform that can allow them to transverse between these different worlds. So, even though we have an API platform, there are still constraints that need to be removed. Your developers and testers may not have the availability that they need to the systems on a regular basis, or when and where they need it. There's also cost involved as well. Pinging third-party systems can add up very, very quickly. So these constraints need to be removed through virtual services, or our product around service virtualization, which replicates sort of the performance and performance environments and make sure that you have those available to your developers and testers when and where they need them. As a result of using these solutions here, customers are able to save millions on infrastructure cost. And what we've also found, that when you use service virtualization and API management together, customers are able to improve app time to market by 97%. That's a tremendous amount of efficiency and effectiveness that our customers can gain as a result. This also shows the benefit of how CA's broader portfolio allows us to be able to address a multitude of different needs and how all these needs are related in terms of having the need to integrate, and having the need to roll out applications faster, be able to test faster as well. So, we talked about our key capabilities that we have around API management, service virtualization. But we're not done yet. We're continually taking a look at the market. We're continuing to take a look at what our customers need and rolling out new capabilities as we move forward. So within API management, one of the key capabilities that I'd like to announce for today is the availability of CA Live API Creator. And you can view that today. It has a phenomenal amount of interest. This solution allows our customers to be able to create APIs rapidly from a variety of different data sources, including NoSQL. As we talked earlier, data is really, really critical in the context of an app. Imagine being able to create an API in a matter of minutes as opposed to weeks. A great level of acceleration that our customers can have as a result of this solution. We talked about mobile as being a critical element for success. So we're happy to also announce CA Mobile App Services, which is also part of our API management portfolio. This is a common set of services delivered through an SDK that our customers can employ to rapidly be able to build applications. Now it says mobile, but we know IoT is coming. So we've actually set up this solution to be able to then allow you to then propel into IoT as well, including supporting some of the key protocols around IoT as part of the solution. And as we continue to roll out new capabilities, you will see more and more acceleration around mobile app development that we can provide as a result of a solution such as this. This complements our current mobile API gateway, which is another solution that we have already in our portfolio, which made security very, very simple for mobile app developers who may not know about it or care about it, but it's really, really important to you and the rest of the organization. The third thing I'd like to talk about or announce is the availability of our next version of our SaaS offering around API management. Now, with this offering right here, we've again provided a tremendous set of capabilities. We already have the on-premise developer portal, we have a SaaS portal, but with this offering, there's two key innovations that we'd like to announce. First one is that we found that customers don't want to have to choose between on-prem or SaaS. They want a hybrid. They want to be able to have their gateway on-premise, where they're able to sort of manage that and the security aspect of it in terms of how APIs behave from behind the firewall. But they also want to have the availability of the portal in the cloud, where we can roll out innovations much faster, where the customer doesn't have to manage the portal itself as well. So for those customers, we're also able to offer that hybrid deployment now as well. In addition, we have some great business analytics that we're able to actually offer as part of this offering here as well. So certainly I encourage you to take a look at all of these products as well. We're also continuing to innovate around service virtualization as well. Mike Gregoire talked about how we did the acquisition of Grid Tools. With sort of this offering right here, we're able to now integrate Grid Tools with our service virtualization offering as well. Second, we're able to accelerate app development with CA Virtualization 9.0. There are some great set of capabilities there, but some of the common ones is, as we talked about, architectural styles are changing. So now, with this version right here, we're able to support container-based and microservices-based architectural styles as well. So you are able to really take advantage of the great amount of capability that's available to us in the technology field as well. And customers also looking for flexible deployment models when it comes to service virtualization. So we're happy to announce that service virtualization is now available for Azure as well. And so I encourage you to attend the sessions on this offering, as well as the Microsoft session as well to learn more about this. Customers can now actually do a 30-day trial, no software to install, nobody to call. You can just go in and try it for 30 days. And so certainly we're starting to take a look at how our customers are using software, how they're deploying software, and making sure that we're making continual adjustments to address those needs as well. This is probably my favorite part of the whole show. So we were happy to present some VIP awards right now as well. This is our opportunity to really be able to recognize customers that have made some tremendous strides in their respective fields using CA solutions. So first winner is T-Mobile. T-Mobile obviously is transforming the wireless industry through their uncarrier initiatives, and certainly the IT organization is doing the same. They have deployed CA solutions to be able to excel the delivery practices around Agile. Throw in digital transformation into the mix, and the world can get pretty complex. However, they were able to use CA service virtualization to help them progress through these challenges that they had as well. So if I can please ask Darren Webb to please come up and accept his award. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Great. Thank you. So this is not like the Emmys or the Oscars. You actually get to keep these ones, and you get to put them on the mantle if you want as well. So we're not going to give you a smaller version of that. The next winner for us is GM. Now, we all heard about the phenomenal story and the transformation that GM is going through. They've been going through it since they were established at the beginning of the century, or beginning of the 20th century, not even this century, beginning of the 20th century. And so it's my pleasure, can I please ask Kevin Mixer to please come up on stage and accept his award. Thank you very much. Thank you.
One with just the trim. Perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No award ceremony would be not complete if you didn't have a Canadian on stage with another Canadian, right? So Rogers Communication, we heard their story as well. Again, a phenomenal customer of ours. They've been doing some phenomenal things with our products. This is Rogers 2 years in a row of winning an award here at CA. So Mo Siddiqui, please come up on stage. That's great. Thank you very much. Good stuff.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations, and thanks to all the winners as well. Thank you. So I've given you a lot to digest, a lot to think through, but you've got a couple of days. So what should you go see? Here are some recommended sessions that we have where you can learn more about the products that we talked about today and be able to talk to some of our experts here as well. They can give you a lot more details around how these solutions are applicable to you as well. We also have some great roadmap sessions, so you can start seeing what the future set of capabilities we're looking to roll out with these solutions as well. And of course, you came here for technology, and we have an abundance of it. So there is a ton of must-see demos that I really encourage you to see so that you can get a taste of what these solutions can do for you as well. So as I talked about all the new products, they're all available as demos right now. So CA Live API Creator we talked about, there's a demo available of that. CA Mobile App Services, there is a demo available of that. And we also have an IoT-based demo as well, so you can really start imagining how these solutions will apply to what you are trying to do in your business as well. Around service virtualization, all the key capabilities that we talked about are all featured, and so I encourage you to take a look at the products, because that's where they really become real. And we talked about customer experience. So you are our customers, and so this is our promise to you. We want to make sure that we deliver a customer experience for you that is invaluable to your organization. We want to be able to invest in building long-term relationships with you, which is what you've asked for. We want to be able to deliver on innovative business outcomes, because as you can see, some of the challenges and opportunities are insurmountable alone. So we want to make sure that we're jointly partnering with you on that as well. And we're committed to each and every one of our customers' success. And I think through the experience and the engagement that you have with us, I'm hoping that you are able to feel that as well, because certainly that's a key area of commitment for not only us in this theater, but across this entire organization, many of them who are not here at CA World with us as well. We have a phenomenal set of employees that are fully committed to your success. So hopefully in this presentation, I've given you some things to think about in terms of continuous innovation, how enabling a great customer experience is just a critical business imperative, how software is allowing our customers to do that, how critical DevOps is in this whole world to be able to deliver that customer experience. So I encourage you to learn more about what we have to offer while you're here for the next couple of days. I encourage you to reflect on how these solutions play a part in your organization. And more importantly, I encourage you to connect with us, but also with each other, so you can start sharing some of the learnings as well. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the show.